Christmas. Have you ever heard the incredible story of happiness, magic, and snow? How a wee little elf made a wondrous discovery one Christmas not so long ago. The elves had all gathered outside in the square. They'd noticed that something was wrong. It soon would be Christmas, and every elf knew that snow should be coming down strong. What was the matter? They started to wonder. With snow barely falling at all, they knew this could turn out to be a disaster, the worst they could ever recall. Because snow is the magic that powers North Pole, each delicate flake gets its start as a sparkle that forms and invisibly rises from happiness felt in the heart. Then each spark of happiness rises up high to put a beautiful show. They shimmer and shine as the great northern lights before they start falling as snow. There must not have been enough happiness shared. The elves and their families cried, "How will we get enough toy-making magic to keep our great city supplied?" Santa assured them they'd all done their part to handle the Christmas Eve crunch. Their beacons would help them to get toys to the children, and cookies left out would be munched. Every little bit counts, he reminded them all, as he patted a little elf's head. Even the smallest of snowflakes can roll into one giant snowball, he said. The wee little elf scurried off to the forest as quiet and quick as he could be. He hurried to check on the glimmering globes that hung from each glistening tree. Each globe is a magical window of sorts for those of us here in the North Pole to see all of the families preparing for Christmas, a wonderful sight to behold. Without any happiness fueling the magic for what North Pole's all about, our work here would come to a stop, I'm afraid. Just imagine how things could turn out. Without it, there wouldn't be cozy elf cottages, glowing with twinkling lights, no high-flying reindeer to pull Santa's sleigh on his round-the-world Christmas Eve flight. There wouldn't be cocoa or Mrs. Claus cookies, with sprinkles as sweet as could be, and worst of all, there'd be no toys from the toy guilds for kids to find under the tree. The little elf noticed the globes which were dimming, showed people with no time to share, trying too hard to make Christmas too perfect, or running around everywhere. They were off on their own, looking grumpy and tired, with hardly a smile to be found, too busy for carols and moments of merry with loved ones and family around. All of a sudden, the wee little elf had a light bulb light up in his head. He gathered his friends for a special assignment. "I've got an idea," he said. The elf kids wrote millions and zillions of notes, not stopping until they were done. The notes all flew down in a magical swirl with the name of a child on each one. Soon it was time to look in on the globes as this Christmas Eve watch party started. With hardly a flurry or flake to be seen, the folks were all feeling downhearted, except for the elf kids who whispered and giggled while anxiously milling about. They were quietly hoping their plan had succeeded and just couldn't wait to find out. Just then the wee little elf tugged on Santa's red coat. "Sir, I think there's a globe you should see." He pointed them all to the half-hidden glow on the bottommost branch of a tree. They bent down to look at the heartwarming scene. The elf said, "A family's the cause. They're reading a story, and look, they're so happy," which started a round of applause. They noticed another globe coming to life with laughter a family was sharing. Then another one here and another one there. Every elf was excitedly staring. The wee little elf knew it wasn't just toys that brought happiness this time of year. True happiness comes from what families share as they gather when Christmas is near. All over the world, people started to see how they'd missed what the season is for. So they gathered with loved ones in homes far and wide, making memories together once more. The children had all brought their loved ones together. Those zillions of notes did the trick. Soon snow started falling and falling and falling, and fluffy and puffy and thick. Carefully taking one globe in her hand, with the wee little elf by her side, Miss Santa Claus carried it all through the forest, showing the others with pride. Here is the globe that burns brightest, she said, as she held it as light as a feather. It glows with the happiness families share as long as they spend time together. What did I tell you? We're back up and running, said Santa Claus, bending down low. Even the smallest of snowflakes can roll into one giant snowball, you know. Everyone cheered as they heard the good news. I was there, I saw it myself. Although it has been years, I remember it well because I was that wee little elf. And Christmas this year? Well, the answer's the same. As it was in that long ago note, it's something that everyone needs to remember, so here's the message he wrote. Dear little friend, south of North Pole, we're hoping this finds you and fast. Without help from you, Christmas, it seems, might become just a thing of the past. We need more happiness to make the magic that's powered North Pole from the start. How can you help? You don't have to look far. The answer's right in your heart. Spread holiday cheer, give hugs to your family. There's really so much you can do. The more love you share, the more magic you'll make. The elves are counting on you. The end.
So what do you think? What did you learn from that? Maddie?
I don't know.
What did that tell you that Christmas is about?
Spreading cheer.
Yeah, and how do you do that?
Because that's what the story told me.
Okay. What did that note that the elves send everybody, what did that say?
I forgot.
Not exactly what did it say, but what did it mean?
I don't know.
Dave, what you want to reread it real quick?
Dear little friend south of North Pole, we're hoping this finds you and fast. Without help from you, Christmas, it seems, might become just a thing of the past. We need more happiness to make the magic that's powered the North Pole from the start. How can you help? You don't have to look far. The answer's right in your heart. Spread holiday cheer, give hugs to your family. There's really so much you can do. The more love you share, the more magic you'll make. The elves are all counting on you.
So what did they just say?
Nothing.
Spread holiday cheer. How else could you give? I heard hugs to your family. Sugar's right there. She wanted to participate.
I don't know.
Okay, why don't you give Brother Dave a hug? Spread holiday cheer. Aw, love it. All right, thank him for reading it to you.
Thank you, David.
You're welcome.